Plus. Welcome to Cellmates.
Thank you.
30 Days of Plus. Dick Ward.
Kate Phillips.
Hey. How does it feel to be at day 27?
Well, this may
of
just...
our 30-day long, daily, unpaid, month-long appreciation, exploration, meditation on Disney Plus titles.
It feels pretty good.
Good.
Yeah. How are you? How do you feel?
I'm getting distracted by the search parameters you used to watch our most recent title, because it's really funny what came up.
Yeah. So I searched. I initially searched RO, and then it came up, but then I was looking further, so I searched ROCK. So our options are Camp Rock, Camp Rock 2, The Final Jam,
Sultan and the Rock Star.
Sultan being a tiger.
Which, it looks like 2/3 of Siegfried and Roy, meaning either Siegfried or Roy is gone. We got National Geographic Rocky Mountain.
Yep.
We've
Rocket
got
and Groot.
The Insufferable Rocket and Groot.
And then, of course,
shorts.
Honey, I Blew Up the Kids.
Yeah, I don't know how that has to do.
Baby.
And then maybe an Iron Man. That's
an Iron Man.
We can't see the title.
Anyway, we watched The Rocketeer.
We watched The Rocketeer.
Kate, what was your experience with The Rocketeer?
So, up until
how many Rocketeer have you seen?
Maybe the last year, I thought this movie was Rockadoodle.
That's true.
I didn't know they were separate movies.
That's been a very frustrating part of my life when I'm like, The Rocketeer is really good.
You should watch The Rocketeer. I'm like, that Rooster Elvis movie? Wait.
No, obviously not.
Rockadoodle, Rocketeer.
Yeah.
It sounds the same to me.
Rockafire Explosion.
Rockafire Explosion, yeah. But this is not Rockadoodle. This is not about a rooster who is Elvis, or maybe like. I
mean, I think that's like a B
Buddy
story.
Haley, like what is he supposed to be?
I don't.
Rockadoodle.
I think he's like an Elvis Buddy Holly.
Chanticleer was a prototype.
So this is The Rocketeer.
Dick, tell us about The Rocketeer and your experience with it.
I saw it when I was a kid, and it was awesome. And guess what? It's still awesome.
It's 91, so it could have gone either way.
I saw this. Like, I don't know if I saw this in the theaters, but I definitely rented this like 100 times. I loved this movie as a kid, and I have not seen it in like 20 years. So I was like, the last time that I said, Kate, here's a movie that I loved.
From my childhood.
That has Jennifer Connelly in it.
I was thinking of a different movie, that one too.
That was Labyrinth, and that did not hold up well.
That was quite bad. I know a lot of people have affection for that movie, but I
still love a lot of it, but yeah.
I understand. I guess like if you like the grotesque Henson Muppets, it's full of those.
Well,
but if you're like me and like Bean Bunny, and regular Muppets,
I would argue that Labyrinth is a nice in between, where Dark Crystal is just grotesque.
Yeah,
but like you've got that's where I know
the baby.
You've got
the baby, I guess, is cute.
Sir Didymus the dog.
Okay.
You've got the fox guy.
Dick, I don't remember very much about our viewing.
I guess we'll have to watch it again.
No, thank you. You would think that David Bowie would be great with puppets. He is not.
He's not the best.
David Bowie is not good with puppets.
But he's good with being on screen alone. He might just not be good with people. That's okay.
That's okay.
He's great at being David Bowie.
Well, and so I'm grateful to see The Rocketeer because also I would have thought that Jennifer Connelly is bad with movies.
No, she's a pretty good actress.
Well, not in The Labyrinth.
No.
This is what I'm saying.
But she's like 12 or something.
I'm glad I watched The Rocketeer because apparently with like a decent script and a good director and maybe without all the grotesque puppets, I don't know. She was great in this movie.
Yeah.
I liked her a lot, and my view on Jennifer Connelly has completely turned around.
Oh, good.
Thanks, Rocketeer.
She's done a lot since 1991 as well.
Has she?
Yes.
Like what?
Like that other movie.
Uh-huh.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So The Rocketeer is about a rooster with a jetpack.
It is not about a rooster.
Rock and roll Nazis.
What? I would watch that. I would watch the hell out of that. What is it really about?
It's about a regular man who's not a rooster.
That's correct.
He's a pilot. He finds a jetpack because gangsters have hidden it from other gangsters and the FBI.
So
there's like warring gangsters and FBI and Nazis and regular pilot people.
I think the guys at the beginning are maybe... Yeah, it's like it seems like it's two gangs fighting over this thing.
This thing in
and
a
the
suitcase.
Thing turns out it's a jetpack created by Howard Hughes.
Yeah.
That the Nazis are trying to steal.
Because he developed it in partnership with the U.S. military.
Because the Germans were developing a jetpack.
Yes.
Which is cool, because this is like...
So, to be clear, because unfortunately, when you say Nazis, it doesn't make the era clear anymore. Because we're in 2019.
So, to make it clear, we're talking about... if Howard Hughes didn't make it clear enough.
Well, I guess that's true.
We're talking about 1940s Nazis,
I think
specifically 1939.
Yeah, 38 or 39.
And they're bad guys. Mm-hmm. Just like all Nazis are, all of the time.
All of the time.
But so this is really cool because it kind of plays into... it plays into like reality, where like... the Nazis were developing jet engines, and that's a real thing that was going on, and so that's cool. Mm-hmm. It also plays into some Indiana Jones-ness, which I love, which is in Indiana Jones, it's the Nazis, and I think specifically Hitler was like a little obsessed with the supernatural. So in Indiana Jones, he's searching for like holy artifacts to beat the Nazis.
So it's historical fiction.
Yeah.
And here it's historical science fiction.
Yeah. Which
is a neat way to do it. Yeah. I'm actually kind of interested in reading the graphic novels series upon which this was based. Because it started in the early 80s as a serial. And yeah, it seems really cohesive and really well thought out.
Yeah.
And it like ties in Golden Age Hollywood in a cool way. Mm-hmm. It's just like all like three things from this time period, right? Like World War II fascination, old Hollywood, and like science fiction of the past, which is like, the Tomorrowland that everyone loves.
Yeah.
It's combining these three things, and so it's very much a period piece, but it like mixes all the coolest parts of that period.
Yeah, I think we call that retro future or retro futurism, something like that. It's like it's in the vein of steampunk, but without being as annoying as steampunk is. But yeah, Kate, I'm so happy this movie held up.
Yeah, it really did. And I was expecting like a little bit cheesy, a little bit over the top.
And the effects aren't bad. Like
for 91, they're quite good.
And like it's the effect, it's like a matte effect, where they like matte the special effect over the regular screen. And that
well, for like fires and explosions and things, but when like the Rocketeer is flying, it's like it's pretty good green screen technology for the time.
Yeah, and I'll say like it's pretty good.
Yeah.
That could use a little sprucing up or something, but it didn't bother me.
But also so the script is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like everything fits together. There are a couple little like teeny holes like oh, how did he know that she was going to do that? Okay, that's fine. We're moving on.
It's fine.
But in terms of like, there's a lot going on, right? Like the main villain is a famous actor, kind of like an Errol Flynn, but he is a German spy working with the Nazis to get this technology. But so our hero's girlfriend is an actress, and she works with this Errol Flynn guy.
She's kind of like a nobody actress, and he's like he realizes who she is,
and once he overhears that her boyfriend has this technology, he romances her.
Yeah.
But there's also gangsters, and there's also FBI, and for all these it could have been a hot mess, and they did it really well. Where I always knew what was going on. Everything that was kind of like, well, this is ridiculous, is done in a way that winks at how ridiculous it is. Mm-hmm. I think, and you discover that the director...
It's the same director that did the first Captain America movie.
The modern, the modern Avengers.
The first modern Captain America movie.
Whatever his last name
Because there were some really bad early Captain America's movies.
Chris Evans. That's the one.
So the Captain America, the First Avenger, was directed by the same guy as the Rocketeer.
Yeah.
And I really want to watch Captain America again.
I kind of do. Oh, I've never seen it.
It's really great. And I didn't realize it was the same director at the time. And now I'm like, oh, of course it is. Because it's kind of the same movie.
Well, the whole time I'm watching it, I'm thinking, oh, this is the pattern for the Marvel movies that we're experiencing today.
This is such a great, origin story and adventure.
And our, lead hero, I expected to hate him. Because he's, very good looking, very much like a hero type.
Very good looking?
Very good looking
okay.
He's 91 poster boy. I'm just...
No. I know.
That doesn't mean attractive. He's just
he's super handsome.
Good looking dictionary definition.
Yeah.
This guy. So I'm like, okay, he's gonna be a bore.
Yeah.
But they make him not he's not good at this technology. He has to figure out how to use it.
It seems like he's gonna be a little cocky and a little and he is, but also he doesn't know what he's doing.
He crashes into so many things.
His plans are terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so it just felt like that Marvel kind of maybe the first Iron Man, or even going back to the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, where your hero doesn't know what he's doing. He's only one step ahead of where he
Yeah, there's a lot of Captain America in this, but also there's a lot of Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. Spider-Man kind of doesn't know what he's doing. His girlfriend's an actress.
Hey,
He's best friends with Alan Arkin, probably.
Aw, Alan Arkin is fantastic in this movie.
Yeah.
He's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Can
we just talk about some of these actors, by the way?
Oh, it was this was 90s comfort food for me, where I'm just, oh, that guy, oh, her, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Hey, you know that character actor? He or she is in this movie.
In this movie.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Pick one. It's probably, you've got Clint Howard, which A+ character actor.
Who's Clint Howard in this
Clint
movie?
Howard is Ron Howard's brother. He's
in this movie?
Yeah.
Where was he?
He's one of the. We'll go back and watch
okay.
it.
Is he a gangster?
I think he is the gangster guy that at the beginning is.
He's the one who ends up in the hospital.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's Clint Howard. Mm-hmm. He's great. You've got Paul Sorvino, who.
He's the one who gets folded in half.
He's no, he's the big mob boss.
Oh, okay.
The lead mob boss. He's also in Goodfellas. He's amazing.
I also recognize the Bigelow guy who got folded in half. I'm you're in at least 5 movies that I've seen.
Yeah,
in the 90s.
Bigelow, who ran the air circus. He was also in The Crow. He was amazing in. He was in something else that I just saw. He's great. And
you got Clark Kent's dad from Lois and Clark.
Yep.
You got
Locke,
John Locke played
from
Howard
Lost.
Hughes,
and character actress Margot Martindale.
Aww.
Yeah. This is an amazing lineup.
Yeah.
Also, the really big dude is named Tiny Joe.
That's cute.
Yep, that's because his real name was taken when he registered as an actor in the guild, and you can only that's the rules. So they're his brother's hey, call yourself Tiny Joe.
It's funny.
Tiny Joe played
I mean, I'm sure he has some kind of syndrome. He's like giant tall.
So I don't.
Is he like Andre?
He's not like too ridiculous tall.
No.
And like the facial features are not. It's not his face. That was like a.
Oh, that was all prosthetic.
That was all prosthetic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
Tiny Joe played like 5 or 6 years of professional basketball in the ABA when that was a thing.
Okay.
So he played for the New Jersey Nets. The Seattle Supersonics drafted him in the NBA. That's all I got.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, so it's just full of these
it's
amazing
90
character
Palooza out
actors.
here.
And it's 90 Palooza. It's kind of a throwback to the like 80s.
I mean, it's 91, so it's basically the 80s.
Yeah, but it's like late 70s, early 80s Indiana Jones fighting Nazis. Mm-hmm. But it's also a throwback to fighting Nazis in World War II.
Yeah, I have to see Indiana Jones again because this felt tighter to me and more like...
You would be wrong, but...
Okay, great. No, that's what I'm saying.
No, I love this movie.
I remember watching Indiana Jones as a kid and being bored for like 20-minute stretches at a time.
That's fair.
And I wasn't... I mean, but I'm an adult now,
That's
so
true.
Who knows?
Yeah, this movie, this just made me so happy. That's all I got.
Good recommendation.
Yeah. I'm so surprised.
And this is the thing you've been saying for 2 years, like, oh, I want to watch The Rocketeer again.
Yeah.
I want you to see The Rocketeer. But Disney Plus is a place that, it's just here. We don't have to, like, decide to rent it from somewhere or, like, look for it on Hulu or Netflix. It was just here.
And I do want to say something. I have some takebacks.
Oh.
I have said many times now that when Disney's looking at movies to remake, they should remake old movies that maybe don't hold up or maybe aren't culturally appropriate anymore. Mm-hmm. Like Peter Pan's one, I always say. And I always say The Rocketeer because I'm like, the effects probably don't hold up. It probably needs a remake. Don't remake this.
No.
I take it back.
It's really good. I don't want to see it remade.
Re-release this. Mm-hmm. This movie kicks ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
That's
Dick,
all.
Do you pair it with anything, Dick?
So many things. Come back to me. Do you pair it with anything?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because it also feels, and I feel like this movie actually does it better, but that kind of like elevation where your characters are almost caricatures, but still fun to watch. Like Timothy Dalton's Nazi actor character.
Oh my God, Timothy
was like
Dalton is
just
amazing
over
in
the
this.
top enough.
Yeah.
And like Willem Dafoe probably goes a little bit too far as Green Goblin, but I also just love watching his performance in that movie because it's just like, this is ridiculous and yet it's working for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I pair this with Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Okay.
Because they take place in a similar time period and kind of have a similar energy. Roger Rabbit is funnier. This is more adventure-y. But they both have that, like, we're in the 30s for some reason in the 90s. I pair this with Indiana Jones, of course. I'm going to pair this with Hot Fuzz because Timothy Dalton takes the character he's doing here and turns it up to, like, a 10 for Hot Fuzz. And it's...
Great.
Wonderful, because he's not it's like a very similar character, except for he's a community theater actor.
Good.
He's
good.
He's so good.
I want to make sure before we get comments online that Roger Rabbit was made in the 80s, not the 90s. But it all blends together. But I just want to make sure that.
Thank you.
We aren't very often a research-based podcast, but I do know that.
And Kate is a rememberer. I am not a rememberer.
Because it was before Little Mermaid. That's why they teamed up with Bugs Bunny, because they didn't have any money.
Because no one had any money. What else?
I want to give a shout out to the Nazi propaganda video that they watch in Howard Hughes' office. Because it's like, first they show some test footage of like why these jetpacks aren't working in Germany. Then they just do a straight up animated propaganda video of like where the Nazis were headed with this jetpack stuff.
That video.
Which is like Nazis and jetpacks taking over the world.
Yeah.
Is really good use of animation, really good like treatment so it looks old, but the animation is like really nice.
Yeah.
It was fun to see in the middle of this movie.
Also, I want to call out that the hero at the end does not fly off in his jetpack.
No, they destroy the technology.
He's given the technology. Yeah, he gave it back to Howard Hughes.
Well,
the
actual machine blows up.
Yeah, it blew up.
With Timothy Dalton. And again, a scene that is just ridiculous enough that it works.
And we see that
Jennifer, they still have the blueprints.
Jennifer Connelly smuggled the plans. Mm-hmm. So they have plans. This is open for a sequel. They have plans for another rocket pack. But like, it's just done. The hero isn't a hero anymore. He's just gone back to being a regular guy. So I will also throw out any movie where our hero is just a regular schlub and then kind of ends up as a regular schlub.
Yeah, which is not the Marvel movies.
Which is not Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, he starts as a regular schlub. But, like, maybe Gremlins, Tremors.
Okay.
Any movie where a regular schlub is a hero and then ends up a regular schlub. Home Alone, maybe. I just want to pair this with everything that I love.
You just want to watch movies from your childhood again.
I want to watch good movies from my childhood again.
You think Tremors is going to hold up that way? Okay.
100% Tremors holds up.
Wonderful. I'm excited to see. When it gets on Disney Plus, I'm excited to see it.
It's on Disney Plus right now. We're watching it next.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Well, Dick, if people want to find us, either for the last 8, 9, what are we on? Day 27? 8, 9, 10. If you want to find us for the last 3 episodes of 30 Days of Plus, Dick, where can people find us on the internet?
Yeah, on the internet. At Cellmates Podcast on Twitter, Cellmates Podcast at Facebook, Cellmates Podcast at gmail.com, and cellmatespodcast.com. You can also find us anywhere people are talking about the Rocketeer, joining in the conversation.
And just as a reminder, our regular programming will start back up after these remaining 3 days.
Yeah.
And we release every other Monday, usually comparing 2 animated movies, comparing, contrasting, and Venn diagramming. But I feel like I need to say this now because we haven't done like a full-length movie on 30 Days of Plus until now.
Oh, yeah.
So it seems weird to me that we're just talking about one full movie right now. It's like it's either a 20-minute thing or 2 full movies.
Yeah.
This in-between thing is weirding me out.
Yep.
But cool.
At least there was animation.
That's right.
Technically.
There was.
All right.
Well, I'm Kate Phillips.
I'm Dick Ward.
Hashtag 30 Days of Plus PLUS.
Hashtag Rocketeer is great. Thanks for making it. It's a great movie.
Bye.
Bye. Hashtag.
Plus.